Hey everybody, thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. I'm Elizabeth and this is magic. At least I hope it's going to be magic. I did not know that cement powder existed until the other day. And one of the other creators, Beverly, I will link her down in the description box. You guys can go check out her channel, was using it on one of her pours. And I thought, oh my gosh, how magical is that? I always use the liquid resin dye from J Diction, but I thought, let's give this a go and see. They have some stunning colors. So I figured, let's just try it and see what happens. So as you know, I've been on a hate relationship with mixed mold. Like I've really been trying to figure out like what the heck. And so we're still waiting on the results from our Mardi Gras-ish tray to see if we solved the problem. But I figured while we're waiting on that, let's do this and let's see what happens. So I have this mold. This is one of my never done molds. It's the what the heck is this? It's really cute though. It looks like through the outside, it's a jar mold that has some little flowers on it, and then it has this super cute lid that goes with it. So I thought we would do this. And then I thought too that we would just get all adventurous and do pink and blue. I really wanted to do pink and green, but I'm worried that if they mix together, it's going to make mud. So I think we'll do pink and blue because then at least if they mix together, theoretically, we should get purple. I mean, theoretically. So let's do that, even though we have purple, but that's okay. So let's mix that up. I think it's going to take like 375-ish grams. But I guess we're going to find out. My bowl, a stick, water, a scale. So many things that go into this. Scale and some mixed mold. So let's do this first. Let's open these up because they're not open. So they probably have a protective thing in there, which they do. Yay me for thinking about that beforehand. Usually I get there and I'm like, oh, darn it. I've never opened this before. I'm wondering if I should put some gloves on. I'm going to, just because I don't want this stuff all over my hands. I'm the world's worst about getting stuff on my hands and then finding out that, hey, it's not going to come off very easily. Happens to me with pigment paste all the time. And then I walk around with Smurf hands for days. All right, so there's our blue. How beautiful and vibrant are these colors. Now, I am sure that they are going to be muted because we're putting them into a white base. So I don't expect them to end up being this vibrant, but if they're even a quarter of this vibrant, I think it'll be really pretty. All right, so let's start with some water. So if we're gonna do, let's say 375, I just don't wanna not have enough. I hate that. So maybe let's just do 400. And then if we have extra, we'll just pour some extra. So it's not a big deal. All right, so let's start with our water. So if we're doing, this cover is the bane of my existence. I constantly forget that it's there. And then I'm like, my scale won't work. Why is that? Okay, so if we're doing 400 grams of powder, that means that's 120-ish grams of water. And with any of the eco casting powders, you really want to pour your water in first and then pour your powder into that so that it dissolves better. I want to do 2 separate cups of this. So hold on. Let me grab a cup. Someone turned out the light in here. So outside of my little studio area, which is very well lit, but outside of it in the main room itself, someone turned out the lights and it's very dark out there. And I could not couldn't find what I needed. All right. So then we're just going to put in 400 grams of powder. Anybody else excited for spring? I am over winter. I am over being cold. I am over like ridiculous heating bills. I am ready. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to have the windows open. Oh, I miss the windows being open. Okay, confession, I do keep my bedroom window open all the time, even when it's super cold outside, because I just like my room really cold. But the rest of the house, I don't want it to be cold, especially while I'm doing stuff. So yeah, so I'm ready to open the windows, get some fresh air, get the stinky dog smell out. I feel like, I swear, our dogs, you give them a bath and then the next day they smell like dogs again. All right, so we're just gonna give this a really good stir. Just wanna make sure that all of your powder is completely dissolved. And mix to mold has a fairly short working time. It's about 7 to 8 minutes. I usually use Resin, that's kind of my jam. And that one has about 10 minutes. So it's not a big difference, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, 3 minutes can make a big difference. I have to say, 3 minutes can make a big difference. But I've been on a let's figure this out kick. All right, I think we're good there. So I'm just gonna take and pour some into each one of these containers. And then we'll do the color in there. Okay. So let's see what happens. Never used this, so it's gonna be an adventure. And I have no idea how much to put in, how much not to put in. So I'm gonna go for a hefty spoonful. And that's pretty good. That was a pretty good, wasn't a whole lot, but a pretty good little spoonful, and it made it pretty blue. Still certainly lighter than the jar itself, but that's to be expected, just because you're putting it into a white base. If you wanted it to be darker, you could add more. Okay. So that's the blue one. Gonna add a little bit more of the pink. See if we can maybe get it just a little bit more vibrant. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that color. Still muted, but that's okay. I'm just gonna kind of pour these in. Just kind of alternate them, I think. Because it's too liquidy to do like a dirty pour. I don't really want to, because then they really will mesh together. All right. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. So let's start with a little bit of white. Actually, I'm gonna do the lid too with a little bit of white. A little bit of pink. A little bit of blue. And just keep alternating until it's full. Oops, I forgot a little bit of blue in here, didn't I? And I am making an enormous mess. A little bit more white. I really should have put this into a smaller cup so it would be easier to pour into this lid. Yay for my measuring. I did not think that was going to happen. All right. Oh, that is, ooh, I like that. That looks really good from the outside. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't give it a little tappy. Well, hopefully that's okay. Don't have a whole lot left, but that's okay because I have this mold that we filled the other day with some mixed mold that was just a little bit left over. So we'll just pour it in here. All right, so tiny, tiny, tiny bit left. Okay, so we know it doesn't bond with resin, so let's just put it in its own little cavity over here. And so mixed to mold, it is a 1 hour demold. So in an hour you can demold it. Some of the other eco casting powders are a little bit quicker than that. So like Resin Crete, you can usually demold within half an hour. Even though, you know, truthfully, that's not always better, demolding faster. So okay, well, let's leave it here, and I'll come back to you in an hour, and we'll hopefully see what amazing results we have, or how the pigment leaches out and I cry about it. Okay, I'll see you in an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half actually. Got a little sidetracked on some family stuff. So this is actually still really, really warm though. My goodness, that is heavy. Wow, that is, I'm gonna leave this a little bit longer, I think, because that is still pretty warm. I'm worried about those edges because they look kind of delicate, but wow, this thing is super heavy. Was not expecting that. This is pretty cool though, so maybe we could unmold this one and get an idea of what this is going to look like. Huh. Did not expect that to be quite so hefty. All right, so I see a bubble, which is my own fault because I did not rub a stick around it. Oh, okay. Well, I think that would have been really pretty had there not been that big weird blue circle right there. How cool is that though? This lid is gorgeous. This will be beautiful in resin. Little bubble there. Oh, actually a few bubbles along the edges. Yeah, that is what happens when you don't follow the rules. But it did, the powder did stain my mold. Let's see if it comes out or if it's just a permanent stain. Most times when your molds get stained, it's fine. It doesn't rub off or anything onto your next piece, although this one is rubbing off, so. Oh yeah, Well, interesting. I guess I will take this and give this a good wash and see if I can get that out. That is unfortunate. So chrome powder, or not chrome powder, cement powder stains. Okay. Welp. Good to know. Okay, so this is the one that we did the other day, and this just some extra. That's actually really pretty. I actually really like that. The back, let's see. Well, it doesn't look like the powder leaches out the back, which is kind of nice. Okay, so the powder does not cause the same issues as the liquid did, so that's good to know. Still really disappointed that my mold has all this pink in it. Yeah, part of it is stained and it's not coming out, and then part of it did come out, so good to know. Good to know. I'll give it a good wash and see. All right, that is still really, really warm though. Here's our very basic bookmark. There were a couple of drips of this light blue that were in there. Yeah, just basic bookmarks. I think what I will probably actually do with these is I will probably cover these in some vinyl. I think that would be really pretty. I love the way that they sound, and they have such weight to them. These would not be good bookmarks though, because they are super thick. If you're going to use a bookmark mold, either fill it halfway or find a bookmark mold that's really thin. No one wants to put a bookmark this thick in their book. It'll ruin your spines. But I do love the way that sounds. All right, I know better than to demold this right now, but I really, really, really want to. So do we take a chance and just see? I mean, be gentle. Be gentle, I swear. But this is also super stained. That pink just, like the blue doesn't seem to have stained it, but that pink just did a number on it. Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay, I'm a fan of that. I think that's really pretty. Although look what it did to the mold. My heavens. I'm gonna give it some squirts with some alcohol and see how much I can get off. Yeah, not a lot. This is so pretty though. This mold is gorgeous. This will be so nice in resin. I think I know what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna do this in resin. Oh my goodness. Obviously in pink resin, just in case. Yeah, that is disappointing. Like, I don't mind if it stains my mold. I mind if it comes off in, in my next pour. So let's see if the lid fits. It does. It's kind of a tiny little lid, but look how pretty this is. I love the way this turned out. I think it's really pretty. I think it's interesting too that most of the pink seemed to sink down to the rim. You don't really see a lot of it in the body. You see the blue, a little bit of the white, but that pink just kind of disappeared. I think maybe this darker part might be where the blue mixed in with the pink. Okay, well, I think this is really pretty. I actually really like this, in spite of the fact that there is that weird blue bubble on the top of this. That is bizarre. But other than that, and the fact that it weighs like 8,000 pounds. Hold on, let's find out how much it does weigh. I'm just curious. Just curious. Look, I remember to take the cover off this time. All right, let's do this in ounces here. So in ounces, it weighs, it weighs a full pound. It's 16.23 ounces. Wow, that is heavy. For a jar mold, that is heavy. Okay, well, whoops. I told you, the lid has it out for me. Okay, friends, well, that's it for today. I think this is really pretty, and I think we'll do a resin pour in this in the next few times. Okay, friends, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate you. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and I hope to see you next time.